What's up, Stelia? Still in you. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving, buddy. Nah, I ain't been here long. I just started. I've been here maybe 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Got my dad out here, got Pops out here fishing tonight, doing a little catfishing, and he's got some minnows. He's out throwing around, seeing if he can't catch him a handful of crappie. We had our Thanksgiving dinner with my family, and today and this afternoon rather, and late, and got through and said, you know what, let's just get together and go fishing. Big shout out to the Pops. Hey, Tom Kelly, what's going on, buddy? Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Awesome. Awesome. Just out here doing a little catfishing tonight, Tom, and got my dad out here with me. We had our Thanksgiving a couple hours ago together, and my family, or my parents rather, and Said, you know what, we'll just get out here and do a little fishing tonight for a few hours. So I grabbed my tobacco pipe and came out and sitting here enjoying a nice smoke and the water, and got my dad out here in front of me. He's doing some crappie fishing and just enjoying the day. Running off my phone, Tom. I just plugged my phone in to my charger. I keep my truck running with the headlights going. Just let it sit here and idle, and I'm running off a StreamYard. Got pretty good reception here. I pretty much do everything off my phone. I've got a GoPro. I've actually got a really nice GoPro. And just to be perfectly honest with you, one of the reasons why I don't use it often is because I'm not really comfortable with it, and I don't use it. I'm not really good with it. But I've got a really nice one. I just don't use it. I'm better with my phone. I'm better with editing, and I've got an app that I use on my phone, and I enjoy putting together little videos on it. Be right back. I got to check on him. He had a stroke several years ago, and almost killed him. We almost lost him, and he's 65 or 66. I can't remember. And he's not the same as he used to be in years past. The stroke really did him in, and I have to kind of keep an eye on him because he doesn't have the sense of balance that he used to have, and it messed his speech up, so he can't communicate the way he used to be able to communicate. So I have to basically talk for him for the most part. Be right back. All right, I'm back, guys. Got up this morning, and I woke up about 6:30 and started getting ready. Went out and did some work. I do electrical work on the side, and did some. Me and a buddy of mine, me and him work together, do electrical work. We went and did a hot tub, put a hot tub in for a customer and got the disconnect feeder and everything set, and ran and set, and got the hot tub delivered and got it all set up and going. Using a skipjack, cut skipjack. I had come up here and caught a few and froze them, and I pulled one out the other day, or pulled one out earlier, let it thaw out a little bit and cut it. But yeah, I've been up since kind of earlier this morning and been up and at it and worked all day. Got home about 2:00, 2:30 rather, and hung Christmas lights on the front of the house and got all that done. Had them, they came over, then we ate. Said, well, let's go fishing. Yeah, Terry's been catching a bunch of skipjack. Actually, Terry's been coming down here, this one location that we fish near our house. Me and Terry live real close to each other. We're basically neighbors. I mean, we live within. He lives about a 2-minute drive up the road from my house, so we fish a lot of the same areas. And yeah, Terry, he's been coming down here and wearing them out. I haven't been able to get down here as much as I'd like, just because I work so much, working a full-time job and then working a part-time job, and then taking care of my kids, and then my son's a big wrestler, and I help coach wrestling. It keeps me busy, but I love it. I like to stay busy. I'm not one that I'm not one that always likes to. I want to have something to do. I got to work. I got to be doing something. Um, Lazy is definitely not in my vocabulary, and I only know one gear and one gear only, and that's forward and keep moving. And just the way I was brought up, the way I was raised. I was raised in a household that if you didn't work, we worked at the barn, and if you didn't work at the barn, you didn't get out and you didn't do stuff, yard work, and you didn't work at the barn with the horses and stuff. You definitely got disciplined. You got you got whipped. You got a spanking for sure. He'd get a hold of you. So you had responsibilities, and you understood that at a young age. But I'm 40. I'm almost 41 years old. I'll be 41 a couple of months, January, and I'm pretty thankful that I was brought up that way. I've never been in any trouble, and you know, I've always done the right thing, and always kept my nose down, my head down, and kept moving. Steady, you said you're up in Maryland working. Tom, when you get back down, when you get back down here in this area, we need to get together. We need to do some fishing. You get down here to where you can have a day or two, couple of days, like on a Friday or Saturday. If we can get together on a Friday, that would work perfect because I could take you down to Center Hill, or take you down to the Canyon Fork River. And we could go down there. We could get in those trout down there. We could either go trout fishing, or we could go walleye fishing, or we could do both. We could throw bottom rigs out and fish for both walleye and trout. But them trout are fun. If you do you have waders? You got some waders, Tom? If you got waders, we'll go wading. We'll go out in the river and we'll wade the Canyon Fork River. And there's a couple of spots that we can get into and have and it's beautiful. You'll love it if you've never been down there in that area. Hey, get you some waders and we'll go. Get you some. That water's cold. That water stays cold year round. It'll be 100 degrees outside, and that water will be like 52 degrees. It's cold, and so get you some good waders. Get you some. I like wearing those neoprene, even in the summertime when it's hot. What I'll do is I'll wear them. I'll put them on and wear them. Pull them down and wear them like around to my hips, and then when I get down to the water, I'll pull them up and strap them on. But yeah, I mean, just any old waders will do. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's real cold. It's uncomfortable if you don't have a good set of waders. It can definitely it can be uncomfortable and it can not be fun for a person. But I tell you, um, you can get into some really good trout down there. Um, this month, actually, I've about missed it. I didn't get to go. I'm going to get down there here probably next week. It'll probably be, first week of December. But October and November, you can go down there. You can catch them big brown trout. But because they get to running. But we'll go down there anytime you want to go. All you got to do is just get down here and we'll do it. But like I said, a Friday would work really good because for two reasons. If you can get down here on a Friday will work good because there won't be a lot of people out there at all, if any. And two, I'm off, so it works good. So I'm off on Fridays and Saturdays. From my full-time job. And Fridays, if I'm doing any electrical work and I know you're going to come, I just won't do it, or we'll just reschedule it. I will. And then we can always me, you, and Terry. We can always hook up and go anywhere. We can go catfishing. Temperature here now is in the 50s. It's mid 50s here, I'd say. I don't know the exact temperature, but I'd say that's probably close. I put it to you this way: it was warm enough today. It was warm enough that I had a real super light jacket on, and I took it off and was outside running around working in my had a t-shirt on. It's mid 60s, definitely. Water temperature right now here is probably where I'm at right now is probably so it's 54 there now. Yeah, it's probably about mid 50s here. Probably about the same, about 54, 55. Um, Water temperature here is about 50 degrees. Heading to the lake house in the morning. What Tom, you told me one time where your lake house is. What lake is it on up there? What lake? Rough River Lake. How far are you from Cave Run? I've been wanting to go up to Cave Run um, up in Kentucky. That's that's okay. 2 hours from Cave Run. I've been wanting to go drive up and go up to Cave Run because Cave Run is the supposed to be the muskie capital of the South. Um, they have that lake up there at Cave Run is known for trophy big. It's a musky water. Um, and the unique thing about Kentucky and Tennessee, a lot of people don't know muskie are native here. Muskie are native in Tennessee, and they're native up there. But um, Tennessee is we have the southernmost area in the U.S. that you can go and catch what they consider to be trophy muskie waters, and that is the Collins River, which is tailwaters off of the what am I trying to say here? The Canyon Fork River. So there are muskie allegedly in the Canyon Fork River. There are a lot of muskie in the Collins River. I have, um, um, but I want to go to um, Cave Run and go up there and try to catch some, or at least catch one. Yep, Cave Run is east of Lexington, Kentucky. A lot of them guys around here, they'll go down to there's a place called Rock Island down there around the Canyon Fork River, Collins River area. They'll go down there in that area, that general area, and they'll musky fish. Well, they'll run up and down, they'll paddle up and down the Collins River on kayaks and canoes, but mainly a lot of them fish out of a kayak, and they'll musky fish out of them kayaks, and man, they'll hang into them big muskies, and that's a ride. I mean, that's a if you've never hung into one, it's fun. But my favorite fish of all time to catch is still to this day is a big old a striper, big rockfish. Just something about them. They'll they'll fight. They'll die. I mean, they'll fight. They'll fight till they give out, and they'll expend every ounce of energy they got. You like kayak fishing? Man, I tell you what, I enjoy it. I bought a kayak. I bought a Jackson Cruise. I bought it. I've had it. It's my second year with it, and I really like it. It's a good little 10-foot kayak. Smallmouth is your favorite catch. I like a smallmouth. Yeah, smallmouth's right. I rank smallmouth right up here too. Smallmouth's a good one. I caught a big smallmouth one time. It's like 20. I want to say it was like 22 inches long. I can't remember. I got a certificate. I got a trophy certificate from TWRA for it. At the time when I caught that fish, I was probably about 20. I was probably about 28, 29 years old. I caught that fish, and of course, back then, I had been married a handful of years, didn't have a lot of money. Definitely didn't have the money to mount one or to get a replica made, and I took a picture of it and measured it, and I held it up and got a measurement on it and sent the picture in with the measurement and everything to TWRA, and they give me they certified it and said, yeah, it's what it is, and they sent me a real nice trophy certificate, and that's good enough for me. But I tell you, I've caught some big fish, but to me, the hardest fighting fish is that striper. You catch a 15, 20-pound striper, you've got a good fight on your hands. And then a big blue or a big flathead, man, they'll fight you. But to me, the hardest fish to catch, and the hardest fish to find and catch as a combo is the Kentucky record smallmouth is 11 pounds and 15 ounces. Wow, it's a big one. That's a big one. Yeah, Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken, I think Tennessee's got the world record smallmouth. I see. We've got the world record smallmouth come out of Dale Hollow Lake, if I'm not mistaken. And then we've got the I think we got the record for walleye too here in this lake that I'm fishing, Old Hickory. Yeah, Tom, them big cats, man, they put a great big fight up. I've caught several 20+ pound catfish. I've probably caught, I don't know, anywhere from 5 to 10 over 20-pound catfish, and I've caught a couple, close to 30 or right at 30. Those are my biggest. I've never caught any big 40, 50, 60 pounders. I've been there when they've been caught and helped get them in, but I've never been on the other end of the rod, the pole. But 20, 25-pound catfish put up a good fight. But back to what I was saying was to me, the hardest fish to find and the hardest fish to catch, it's a combination. For me, it's a combination of you know, crappie. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why I say crappie is because it's a combination of one, you have to find them. They're so hard to find. You gotta find the depth that they're at and where they're at. And then there's times a year that you're just not gonna find them. But another reason why they're hard to catch is they got a paper thin mouth. A lot of people that go crappie fishing, some of these people they don't know how to catch them. They want to set a hook in a crappie like they're bass fishing, and they rip that hook right out of that paper mouth of them that they got. Um, so combination of that, of the two of them of the finding them first, and then when you find them, you know you can't set the hook in a crappie like you do a bass. You can't rear back and just set it. It's a steady, just just a just pull. Just basically you're lifting a mile of water more or less. That's exactly right. Rip their mouth easy, but a lot of people don't. I mean, I got buddies of mine. They get so upset and literally get mad at the fact that I come out here and catch these crappie, and they're mad because when they go or I take them, you know, I'll catch 3 or 4 crappie. Well, they get mad because they can't catch them. And, well, I'm telling them you got to be easy. You can't set the hook. You can't rear back and set the hook on it like you're trying to catch a 25-pound largemouth bass. It just ain't gonna work. But I do love trout fishing. I will, I'll always enjoy that. That's just extremely fun. Speaking of trout fishing, funny thing, I it was last night. I was sitting there watching TV, and one of my favorite movies of all time was on. Um, a river runs through it, and I love that movie. I love that movie. Just storyline's good, and I love the scenery and those rivers and the trout fishing scenes. Had an opportunity many years ago. Went up to Montana and Wyoming. Went up there in that area. Went fishing. Fished up there at the Yellowstone and a place called Slough Creek, and went up there in that area. And that's the area up there that general area is up there where they filmed that movie, and just real beautiful, beautiful country up there. Yeah, Wyoming. Well, where we was in. We flew into Bozeman, Montana, and we drove. We went down to a place. We went to Livingston. We stayed right outside of Livingston, um, Montana. Yeah, Livingston, Montana, and then we went down into Wyoming and hung out down in there and did some fishing. One of y'all's installers is from Wyoming. That's cool. I love that area out there. I love that part of the of the country, but it's so desolate. Um, it would be all right if okay, but yeah, if you had a lot of money and you was able to you know provide for yourself out there or have something to do to make a living, I guess it would be all right. But there's just the areas that I was in was desolate. I mean, there's wasn't a whole lot. I mean, you drive half hour, getting a hit on one, getting a hit. I told you had one. All right, he's got one on. I missed mine, but he's got one on. We're gonna bring it in. Pop's caught a good little channel cat. Weighs a few pounds. All right. Good little channel cat. I'm glad he caught a good one like that. I did, Tom. I missed a good one. That's the story of my fishing, though. That happens all the time to me. See what? I'll catch a pretty good one, and then I'll lose a few.
Can you hear him? I can't even say what he's saying.
I am. Me and him both are using those octopus hooks,
yeah.
Those circle hooks.
Yeah.
I use those Mustat Demon circle hooks.
Yeah. They might be doing it tonight.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be hitting tonight.
Yeah.
problem is we can't see your poles. Your poles aren't lit up good enough.
I can.
You can see over
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
Yeah, they are a great hook, Tom. I love them. I think they're some of the best.
You can't.
I think all them Mustat, those
Yeah.
those circle hooks.
Yeah.
They're the best to use in my opinion.
Yeah, they are.
And I'll get those. Another thing that I'll do is I'll get those circle hooks, those stainless steel hooks, those saltwater hooks. I'll get them something from time to time. I'll buy some of them, and man, I think overall for a good strong hook that'll last, those stainless steel hooks are good.
I can't.
Now
what they're saying.
I'm reading. They're typing, and I'm reading off of
man.
this. They're not talking. They're talking to me, but they're typing.
Yeah. Who you talking to?
I do. I snell them. I snell time.
Is he Carver?
No. This ain't Terry. This is a man named Tom Kelly.
Oh.
He lives in Kentucky.
Yeah.
I got something messing around with that set right rod.
Right.
The right one, something's touching it just a little bit.
Yeah.
I played around, Tom, with so many hooks and so many ways of rigging my rigging up for catfishing and striper fishing. And I think the best way that I have found is a Carolina rig with a so I'll tie a barrel swivel on above it. I'll put an egg sinker through a through sinker, and then I will do a bead for that sinker to bounce on, rest on, to protect the knot, and then I will come off the other end of the swivel to my leader line and snell to that circle hook.
Yeah.
Tom Kelly said hello, Alan's dad, and he said that Tom's from Louisville, Kentucky area.
Yeah.
That's where he's from. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the best setup, Tom. I spent so much time and effort and you know, $10, $20, $30 here, buying gear and buying special rigs and buying this and buying that. Snap releases for sinkers and everything else, and I think it's the best. I use a 1 ounce 1 ounce egg sinker. And of course, if I know I'm going to be fishing swift water, I'll bump it up to like a 2 or 3 ounce. But normally, if I'm just going to be fishing out here, where the spots that I fish in, a 1 ounce egg sinker is all I need. Yeah, it's kind of what I was getting at. You know, I spent some money. I found some of them sinker slides with the snaps on it, and when I did a video a year ago on them, and I really enjoyed them. I was really into them, and really thought that they were just the best thing since sliced bread. But the bad thing about them is the plastic will break.
Yeah.
So where the plastic eyelet is that the hooks the sinker that the snap is held onto with, it'll break, and then your sinker's gone.
Yeah.
And then what you're left with is just that sleeve, that plastic sleeve. So it I don't know, just I thought it was a failure, kind of flawed design in my opinion. I mean, it's a good idea, but they just need to be beefed up a little bit better. Now, I'm a big fan of not only Catfish Terry, but I'm a big fan of Catfish Dave out of East Tennessee. And I kind of really enjoyed the way he set his up, and he does that Carolina style rig with that swivel and the bead and the sinker, and then the length of leader line there. And I just thought to myself, you know, if people like Terry, Catfish Terry, and Catfish Dave out of East Tennessee, and all them guys are using that, and it's doing good for them, and they're catching good sized fish, not only big catfish but good stripers and stuff, and it's holding. You know, I'm going to use it. So I've kind of learned my lesson of buying a bunch of fancy stuff and spending money doesn't necessarily make it better. So I just keep it simple and just go with a simple rig. Now I'll tell you something I do like and I do believe in is that Santee rig, putting that float on and letting kind of helping suspend that bait up off the floor of the lake or the water. So if you can suspend that weight off the bait off the bottom and get it up off the bottom, I think that helps, especially when the fish don't have to get down. Now, catfish, I don't think it really matters, and I really don't think it matters too much with a striper, because I think a striper will nose down and inhale it basically. But I think if it's up, if that Santee rig, if it's got that float and it helps float that, suspend that bait up off the bottom, I think it's better. I've got some rods at the house, some rods that I used to fish with. I still got them, and they're rigged up right now as we speak. They're rigged up with Santee. I've got floats on them, ready to go. Santee rig is good with a rock bottom. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you've got a rock, definitely a rocky bottom, I'm sure that would be the best way to do it. Where I fish here, Old Hickory Lake, excuse me, Cumberland River in the Old Hickory Lake area. Um, it's just a mud bottom basically. There's some rocky areas out here, but it's mainly just a mud bank, a muddy bottom. Yep, helps with snags.
Yeah.
Yep. But when you're throwing big chunks of bait out on the bottom, like I am, I mean, there's a lot of times I'll throw a whole head out there. Or I'll throw a whole bluegill out there. When you're throwing a bait that's 4 to 5 ounces, I don't really think it matters. I think it's just going to keep it sunk. But if you're throwing a small piece of cut bait, I definitely think it would help. I can't believe you didn't catch a crappie over there.
Nope. There wasn't nothing going on.
This is the way to fish in the wintertime right here.
Yeah.
Set the truck.
Yeah.
Put the lights on the poles.
Yeah.
A good comfortable seat. You're in the warm. Have you some coffee.
Yeah.
Get a bite. Get out and take care of business.
Yeah.
What equipment am I using? Well, those rods right there are the ones that I'm using are Quantum. They are Bill Dance Edition catfish rods. They are identical rod and reel combos. I bought them at the Bass Pro Shop here in Nashville at Opryland. They have 8,000 series reels. Great big old reels. They're quantum reel. I've got 40-pound test, big game, and line on it. And then my leader line is 40-pound Yo-Zeri line, and it is the hybrid line. It's the nylon mono combination line. It's a real strong line. The only thing is that's an expensive. It was pretty expensive reel spool of line, and I keep it up. I keep it put up. I keep keep it inside, to keep it covered up out of the sunlight. So that one spool, me just cutting leader lengths off of it, it'll last me a long time. Years, couple years, easy.
Tell them what I got.
Those are 9. They're either 9 or 10. I can't remember. Foot rods. And Dad, my father, he's got. I think they're 8-foot rods. Is that what they are?
8 foot. Yeah.
He's got a combination. He's got 2 8-foot rods. He's got. They're Mojo Cat rods. St. Croix rods.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah.
They're both St. Croix Mojo Cats, and then on those reels are, I think they're like, will they Daiwa BGs?
Yeah.
I think they're Daiwa BGs is what he's got. Both the same reels. They're probably, what, about a 3,500, 4,000?
Yeah.
Something. So he's got good setups, good rods and reels, and he's got good size test line.
Yeah.
We get about 20-pound test.
20.
He's got 20-pound test on there.
Yeah.
And I've got a reel at the house that I love, and I'm gonna pair it with a big rod, a big long rod. I'm gonna try to find me like an 11 or 12 foot surf cast rod, and I've got a pin. I'm trying to think. It's not a conflict. It's a pin. It's a spinning reel. I'm trying to remember the name of it. The brand name is a pin, but I can't remember which one it is. But it is it's a 4,000. It's either 4 or 5,000 series reel. Might be a Clash or something. But then I've got several pins. I've got a pin, I think it's called a Captivia. I've got one of them. It's a big reel. It's like a big 8. No, it's like a big 6 or 7,000 series. It's a big reel. I've got about 6 ocean reels, big spinning gear for deep sea fishing, pier fishing. That pin reel, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's a really good reel. It's got a great feel to it. You have a Pin Defiance. Yeah, those are really good. And that's gonna bug me. It's not the cheapest one they got, but it is one of the cheaper pin reels. But it's a great reel. It's got the HT, I think it's called HT100 drag system in it. Got the carbon fiber drag system. It's just it's a really good one. That pin reel that I'm talking about, that I can't remember the name. It's black and silver is the colors on it. No, it's not a squall. It's I can't remember. See, your catfish setups, you got a 9-foot Akuma surf rod with a Garcia 7000. Yep, them are good.
Yeah.
Them are real good. Yeah, them rods in front of me, Tom, they're 9-foot rods. That's what they are. I had to really sit and think for a second. I couldn't remember if they was 9 or 10, but they're 9. 2 9-foot rods. And they break down, but I don't break them down. I keep them together. Catfish Terry's got 2 big rods. His 2 main rods that he fishes with, they're called I think they're called a Cat Buster rod, and they sell them at Bass Pro Shop. Them are good rods. They've really done good for him. He's caught some big fish on them.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he's got. He's got some Garcias.
I got some too. Garcias, I got some.
My pen is spinning reel. Just about every reel I got's a spinning reel. I've got some bait casters. I've got a few. I'm not a big bait caster guy. Not a big bait caster guy for a few reasons, but the main reason why I'm not a big bait caster guy is I'm not all that good with it. I can throw one. I grew up fishing. I grew up fishing spinning reels, and that's just what I'm comfortable with. And you know, I can do just about anything I want with a spinning reel. Hey, Lifco, what's going on, buddy? You just missed it. We caught a fish out here a little while ago, about 10 minutes ago, maybe. They do. They require your full attention. Yeah, when casting, that's right. Yeah, there's a lot that can go wrong with them dadgum bait casters. Well, here's a prime example, Tom. It's like that night that not too long ago that Terry hung into that last real good catfish he hung into when me and him was doing a live stream together. Well, what happened? His 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 line got tangled up. And I'm having to, I had to help him and reach around and help him get it all untangled. And and thank God he still had the fish on there. He set the hook good enough. Exactly, it backlashed on him, and thank God he was able to catch that fish, because it was a good fish, and I was so tickled and so proud to be there with him to get it out of the water for him. But it's stuff like that upsets me with a bait caster.
Yeah.
Spinning reel, you don't really have that much problem. You'll have the occasional, you'll get a loop or something on the spool, but you can fix that. Vandy won. Livco, you said Vandy won? Well, Vandy must have been playing basketball tonight, because they didn't play football.
No.
Matter of fact, I think the Vanderbilt Tennessee game got canceled.
Yeah.
They must have been playing basketball.
Yeah.
Oh, they did, Tom. Well, that's a pretty close game. I watched a little bit. I watched a little bit of the Notre Dame and North Carolina football game before I come out here to go fishing.
Yeah. It's close. It's close.
It's a pretty close game. Notre Dame won. Yeah. Of course, I'm a Tennessee fan, and I root for Notre Dame too. I like Notre Dame, but I'm my main team is Tennessee. They might win another game this year, maybe.
I don't know about that. We ain't gonna win any of them.
Tom, you watch much college football? You're probably a Wildcat fan, aren't you, buddy?
Yeah.
Louisville fan. Okay, I'm sorry. I stand corrected on that.
Louisville, yeah.
The Louisville Cardinal. That's a good. They got a good Louisville.
They're fair.
They got a good basketball program, and I tell you what, their football program's been pretty stout. And I don't know how they are this year. The Louisville Cardinal. And whoever plays Kentucky. Okay, so you dislike Kentucky a lot then. All right.
No.
I'm that way with Florida and LSU.
I don't like Florida at all.
I'm a whoever. I'm a fan of whoever can beat Florida and whoever can beat LSU.
Yeah, I don't like Florida at all.
And I'm not really I don't like Alabama.
I like Alabama,
but I'm a Nick Saban fan because he's the best.
They're going to be the best.
He's a great coach.
They're going to be the best this year.
Yeah. He's a great coach. Yeah.
He's sick. He's about 65. No, 67. No, 68. He's 68 years old.
Oh, is he?
He's 68 years old.
Hmm.
He's older than me. 2 years older than me.
Hmm.
Yep.
Well, maybe another one will jar down on one of them rods. Yeah, me too, Tom. I just couldn't believe that. That just totally. When that happened, that took the wind out of the whole season when that happened. But what do you do? Yeah, y'all's coach, he's rebuilding.
I think they're going to get rid of Vandy.
Vandy's gonna get rid of their coach.
Yeah. They need to, don't they?
Yeah,
I guess. I don't know.
I don't think he's all that good a coach myself, but
They ain't got
But-
nothing. That's what's wrong. They ain't got nothing.
I'm not a football coach, so I don't know. I'm not.
He was good when when we had him. The other guy, oh, what's his name? Oh, yeah,
Franklin.
yeah.
Yeah,
he was the very best.
Yeah,
he's still the best.
Franklin's a good coach.
He is the very best.
Yeah, Vanderbilt had Franklin.
Yeah. Hell, we won a lot of them then.
Yep.
Hey, we beat y'all. We beat y'all for
Yep.
no 5 times. We beat you 5 times. Yeah.
Yep. Y'all have got a few injuries in basketball. Gonna hurt y'all this year. Well, hopefully the team will. Hopefully y'all's team will be able to still have a good season. He's done got out of the truck. He's over here checking his rods. Yeah. But they'll step up. I think they will. You know, because Louisville's got a real rich tradition of having a good basketball program and a good football program. So I think them kids, they come there because they want to be a part of those programs, and they want to play and be competitive. It's okay to be down a couple of years, but when you're down 7, 8 years in a row, real down hard, that's hard on a program. Could hurt them in recruiting. Who is the new coach up there, Tom? Chris Mack from Xavier. Chris Mack. You talking about basketball, right? Okay. Now, who's the football coach up there at Louisville? Did they hire Bobby back? Scott Satterfield. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, y'all got that. Yeah, from Appalachian State. He's a good football coach. He's real good. For some reason, I want to say that y'all hired. This is Bobby Petrino. For some reason, I want to say y'all hired him back. Wonder what he's doing now, where he's at. I'm sure he's still coaching football somewhere. Oh, they fired Bobby and the athletic director, Tom. Okay. Huh. Well, I always thought uh, Bobby Petrino, I always thought he was a good football coach, or he seemed like he was. I know he had a pretty good thing going at Arkansas until he messed it up. He should have never left y'all the first time. He should he should have stayed at Louisville and should have never left for Arkansas. Uh, Paterno or Petrino or whatever his name is. Okay, so he's at Missouri State. I figured he wouldn't stay unemployed long. He'll he'll always um, he'll always land on his feet somewhere. He's a pretty good, in my opinion. I think he's a pretty good coach. Yeah, I've heard that about him, Tom. I heard he's a good coach, but he's a bad, horrible person. I've heard he, yeah. I heard he was just difficult to get along with. Is what I was told. That he was the type of person. It was his way or the highway. That's basically what it was. There was no compromise at all. I heard he's just difficult to get along with the other coaches and stuff. And you got to have your players on your side. You got to have them. I mean, they got to respect you. If they don't respect you, they're not going to play hard for you. They got to buy into the system. Oh man, that's great. Yeah. If this is really if that's it's always good to have a football coach that's where they want to be. They say it and they really it seems like it's from the heart, because a lot of them a lot of them out there like Lane Kiffin, they'll Lane Kiffin you.
He's good.
They'll be good. They're good coaches,
he
but man,
good. He is good.
They're gypsies. They'll stay one. They're here for a year. They're here for 2 years. They're over here for a couple of years.
He's good.
That's bad. It's not good. And my God, Lane Kiffin's had, he's had 1, 2, 3. I mean, he's been at 6, 7 places.
Oh yeah.
But
he's good.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, was it Al Davis, or I think it was Al Davis was the owner of the Raiders years and years ago.
Yeah.
He hired Lane Kiffin to be the head coach, and then he fired him, and he got on TV and fired him, and basically said that he was no part of a coach, was a horrible football coach, and didn't even need to be a coach, and fired him and got rid of him. And then the next thing you know, he ends up at University of Tennessee, and he stays there 1 year and leaves in the middle of the night and goes to his so-called dream jobs, University of Southern USC. And
he did good there.
He did. He had a year, maybe 1 good year, 2 good years there, and they ran him off. So, y'all's coach, he went from making, you said, $600,000 a year at Appy State to $3.5 million at Louisville. Well, that's a big jump, and I don't blame him. If he could go to Louisville and he can have good, respectable seasons and put together good winning seasons at Louisville and get Louisville to a bowl game year in and year out, and put a good product on the field, the Louisville fan will be happy and smiling. And I know I would. And he and his staff would be worth every penny of that, especially the revenue that they're going to generate. Because y'all got a pretty good football stadium up there. Was it Papa John's? I think it's called Papa John's Stadium. I've driven by it before. It looks like it's a nice stadium. Used to be called Papa John's. What's it called? Is it What's it? Has it got a name now, or is it just? Oh, really? Just Cardinal Stadium now. But you did all the flooring in the expansion part of it. That's cool. How long?
Hey, there they are. He's
Oh,
there.
here we go. Here we
You
go.
better get him.
I'm gonna get him.
There he is.
I get my scales. I can weigh him. 10, you think? No, the channel cat. I mean, a little channel. You think? I don't have my scales with me. I put my scales up. That's fine. Is he? You think he's at least 10? He's pretty heavy. I'm gonna say he's at least 10. Yeah. All right, guys, that was a good one. It's a good little fight. Brought him on in. Um, Pretty successful night. We both caught a fish. Both caught a good channel cat. I'm going ahead and wrap the live feed up. And since we've got two fish on the live feed, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. We've been on here an hour and 40 something minutes. So been on here for a while, had some good conversation, seen a couple of fish, and we'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Thanks, Tom, for staying with us, brother.